Well, first up, let's begin with the updates of what unfolded yesterday at Delhi's Jantar Mantar. What began as a march to the parliament soon turned into a day of confrontation in the heart of the national capital. Thousands of CJP workers and supporters hit the streets under the banner of Sansad Chalo protest, demanding action on key issues. But as the march advanced, tensions escalated rapidly. Barricades were breached, clashes erupted with security personnel. Lathis were used to disperse the crowd, and tear gas shells were also fired, with dozens of protesters also having been detained. Delhi witnessed hours of political chaos as the showdown between protesters and the police unfolded on the streets.
As you can see, the protesters and the demonstrators are trying to scale the barricade. You can see over hundreds of these protesters have moved from Jantar Mantar and are now trying to move towards Parliament. Delhi police personnel are carrying out a baton charge. The baton charge has been going on for past 2 to 3 minutes. The police, in fact, had made several announcements. Also, announcements were made by CJP leadership asking the protesters not to move towards Patel Chowk.
They came here to protest against the NEET paper leak, but the manner in which they have been pushed back by the Delhi police is certainly not something which they were expecting. And that too, multiple tear shells being lobbed on them is certainly which had triggered them more. We exactly don't know whether this information has reached to those protesters who have been sitting at Jantar Mantar or not. You can see the visuals that the protesters, once again, the tear shell chopping up. प्रदर्शनकारियों पे एक बार फिर से आंसू गैस के गोले चलाए जाने लगे हैं, क्योंकि पुलिस कितनी भी कोशिश कर रही है, प्रदर्शनकारी यहाँ से हटने को तैयार नहीं है। इसलिए मजबूरन एक बार फिर से आप देखिए पूरा आसमान सफेद हो गया है, क्योंकि आंसू गैस के गोले इस्तेमाल किए जाना है पुलिस की तरफ से। जिस तरीके से रायसीना रोड और रफीमार और इस महत्वपूर्ण गोल चक्कर यानी शास्त्री भवन के ठीक सामने की ये जो तस्वीरें हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं।
The security has been beefed up at the main entrance of the parliament. You can see that the QRT over here, they have taken the position, given the fact that how exactly this particular gate is also closed. Now we know for a fact that students in hundreds and thousands of number have marched towards the central Delhi. As we speak, we can hear the tear gas shells being fired.
वहाँ पे देखो बैठा वो लोग हमारा आपको दिक्कत होगी। During the protest and also in the scuffle that broke out, there are several vehicles that have been damaged. This vehicle, which is parked outside the LIC building, have been damaged. Who did this is still not being cleared. Sir, ये गाड़ी को हुआ क्या था? किसने डैमेज किया था?
वहाँ खड़ी थी, यहाँ बैनर लगे तो पब्लिक चढ़ के वो उधर जा रहे हैं।
This person, in fact, is the owner of the car. He said that public was the one who, in fact, damaged the car.
You can see that these are the vehicles of Delhi police, which has been completely vandalized by the CJP supporters. Now the forensic team is here at the spot. You can see the forensic team, the mobile crime branch team is here. The crime branch team right now is taking samples from these vehicles.
The van behind me is the Delhi police van. This van is basically used in places to transport the Delhi police personnel when they are on duty. But you will see on the main windshield there are 3 major dents. The 3 major dents are the impact of the stones being thrown at this particular windshield, and one of the stone is also currently lying on the front of this particular van here as well.
So after the first round of interactions between the centre and the CJP leaders who clashed at Jantar Mantar in the day, the protesters reassembled at Keralam House at Jantar Mantar with the agitation that started off with the aim of seeking accountability from the government is now itself in the dock. Questions are now being asked about what happened and what they claim would be a peaceful protest, but what Delhi witnessed on Monday was anything but peaceful.
आग पे लगी क्या मतलब रोक रहे थे आप? हम प्रोटेस्ट को रोक रहे थे, बैरिकेड के खड़े थे, सामने से पत्थर लगा दिए, पत्थर मार दिए.
Well, Delhi police meanwhile has issued a detailed statement on the protest by CJP. The statement says that the protest turned violent after the demonstrators refused to disperse despite repeated warnings and violating prohibitory orders. According to the police, the protesters pelted stones, attempted to breach the barricades, vandalized the police and government vehicles and damaged public property, engaged in large-scale violence, disrupting public order and security arrangements. We have Bhavtosh with us. Bhavtosh, you witnessed this firsthand. And this is where, when we talk about the other point of view, which is the police's side, they say that more than 100 personnel, including senior officers, were injured in yesterday's clashes. We have Kritika also joining in live. But Bhavtosh, first update.
Yes, Amita, in fact, the violence which started at around 10:30, 11:30 in the morning went on till 6 and it was a chaos on the streets of New Delhi. Who carried out the violence is not very clear, but from early in the morning, most of us were present there, all the reporters were present there, and Delhi police were repeatedly making a plea to the protesters that prohibitory orders are in place and students as well as protesters should not break the cordon and barricades should not be scaled. Despite that, there were protesters and most of them were not students. When they scaled these barricades, at that point of time, the police used the force. Remember, the parliament was in session, the monsoon session started, and that was one of the reasons why the police used force. Now, the force that was used by the police is something one can question. This was high-handedness on the part of the police, but then the police version is that at least 100 to 118 of them have been injured. The students and protesters claim that at least 75 of them have been injured. The police say that none of the protesters have received serious injuries, whereas they also claim that at least 4 to 5 police personnel have received serious injuries. So there are claims as well as counter claims. Police have also tried to fact check most of the claims that have been put out on social media. But yes, violence broke out on the streets of Delhi, and this is unprecedented violence that have happened at least on past 5 to 6 years that Delhi has seen in recent times.
Absolutely, because that is when the situation went out of control. What was being said that it was a quote-unquote peaceful protest certainly turned out to be unruly and violent. Let's in the meantime also talk about the Delhi police investigation into the protest, which is now also gathering pace with the investigators widening the scope of the probe. Sources say that the police will use a facial recognition technology to identify those involved in the clashes, record statements of both injured personnel and protesters, and examine whether those accused of violence coordinated through WhatsApp groups. As investigators also suspect that the attacks on the police were premeditated, saying that those against them evidence will have been found will also be facing arrest. So that is now coming across, Bhavtosh. Police action having been initiated. We are told that multiple FIRs that have also been filed.
Yes, Amita, in fact, the police have said multiple FIRs will be filed and arrests will be made today. 75 of them have been detained and more arrests will take place. What the police have said is that they will use FIRs, which is facial recognition software, to arrest individuals and identify them. Remember, this violence is not carried out by students. That's what the police have said. It could be carried out by people with criminal background. Police have clarified that students who came there to protest went out peacefully. They would not be targeted, and that's what the police have said. They will arrest those who indulged in violence. That's what a senior officer have told Times Now. At the same time, they have also said those who indulged in violence, those who set off buses or at least a police vehicle on fire, they will be arrested. Those who, in fact, injured police personnel, they will be arrested, or those who injured anyone. At the same time, the police have also said multiple FIRs will be filed. This is an area that is mapped maximum by CCTV as far as Delhi is concerned. So identifying those who carried out violence and arson would be easy on the part of the police. And the statement of witnesses as well as those who have been injured is presently being carried out.
Well, it was not just at the end of the fire or in the line of the firing was the police. Even the media wasn't spared. And when we talk about our own teams that were found themselves as far as when it comes to being attacked by these antisocial elements, right from Times Now to Times Now Navbharat, we were exactly doing our job out on the street, reporting from the ground, bringing the viewers as the pictures unfolded, and yet we became targets ourselves.
ये प्रोटेस्ट है, पुलिस ने फिलहाल घेरा बनाया है हमें बाहर निकालने के लिए और मैं सर नीचे कर रही हूँ क्योंकि ये लोग पत्थरबाजी कर रहे हैं। क्या आप पत्रकारों को आवाज नहीं उठाने देंगे? पत्रकारों ने हम जो इनके वाजिब सवाल उठाने आए हैं, मेरे कैमरामैन का हाल देखिए, ये तस्वीरें देखिए इनकी, पत्थर फेंक रहे हैं लोग हमारे ऊपर। ये भीड़ है, ये स्टूडेंट्स है, शेम शेम। ये देखिए पुलिस वालों पे पत्थर फेंका जो हमें बचाने के लिए इधर आए हैं। पुलिस वालों पे पत्थर, हम पे पत्थर। शेम ऑन द स्टूडेंट्स। इनका चेहरा देखिए, प्रोटेस्टर्स है, ये न्याय की मांग कर रहे हैं। ये कैसा न्याय है बताइए कि हम इन्हीं की खबर दिखाने के लिए इनके बीच पहुंचे हैं? नहीं सर, हम पत्रकार हैं सर। नहीं सर, पत्रकार हैं। सड़क पर पत्थर देखिए, सड़क पर पत्थर दिख रहा है, हमें सर नीचे रखना पड़ रहा है और पत्थर नहीं मिल रहा है तो पानी की बोतलें सर पर फेंक रहे हैं ये लोग। ये आंदोलन जो है ये कहीं से भी पढ़े लिखे स्टूडेंट्स का आंदोलन नहीं लग रहा है। एक महिला पत्रकार के साथ ऐसा कर सकते हैं? ये क्रिमिनल्स है।
आराम से अरे आइए आराम से, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, कुछ नहीं होगा। आइए ठीक है।
We show the truth and then we get attacked. But after the demonstrators were cleared from Jantar Mantar, the police standoff over the protest has now shifted to Keralam House in the national capital. That was the last barricade where the layers were still put up. And despite that, we're looking at pictures that are also coming in of, security that was heightened even at the Parliament House.
At around 9 p.m., you can see large number of protesters gathering outside Kerala House. In fact, these protesters were sitting at Jantar Mantar. After police removed them from Jantar Mantar, they are sitting here at Kerala House. The police have asked them to move out from even Kerala House, but they have gathered here. Earlier in the day, the police removed most of the protesters from Jantar Mantar. The police have said that any gathering would be considered illegal. The Delhi witnessed a large violence and there were in fact clashes between police and protesters. The police claimed that at least 50 police personnel, including security personnel from Central Paramilitary Forces, were injured. The police have also said that multiple FIRs will be filed under various sections of BNS. They have also said action will be taken against protesters who indulge in violence. The protesters have also said that the police have used very high-handedness while controlling the violence. They have also said that several of them have received serious injuries. With Tanveer Bhaptosh Singh for Times Now.
Meanwhile, when such anti-social and anti-national elements become cause, a part of this movement with the cause, then it defeats the very purpose. Look at the elements who were part in yesterday's protest. A video that seems to be circulating and going viral in which a so-called protester seems to be venting out his anger, saying that they will uproot the parliament building, and a warning of what happened in Nepal will have a rerun here in India.
संसद भवन उखाड़ दिया जाएगा, संसद भवन उखाड़ दिया जाएगा और इस्तीफा नहीं मिला तो उखाड़ दिया जाएगा, सब उखाड़ दिया जाएगा, सब कर देंगे। नेपाल उखाड़ जाएगा, नेपाल बनेगा।
However, during the day, there were developments that were reported where the two-member CJP delegation met Union Minister JP Nadda, marking the first formal engagement between the two sides. The CJP claims that the centre reached out. The Union Minister says that the proposal came from their side. Meanwhile, CJP claims that Union Minister Nadda assured them that the demands will be discussed at an appropriate level, a claim that sources say that the government deny. But meanwhile, sources are also adding that no promises have been made, just a request that has been made to them to end the stir and when it comes to bringing things back to normalcy. So let's talk about what the demands have been kept forth by the Cockroach Janata Party. Two of them, the individuals, the representatives who met Union Minister JP Nadda one by one. Let's take you through the demands that they have submitted in that letter. So those demands that speak of immediate release of Sonam Wangchuk, that seems to have now been also taken up by them as far as in this letter is concerned, and also seeking for the resignation of the Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, and 1 crore compensation for the NEET aspirants who died by suicide. So that seems to be the three demands that has been kept forth by the representatives of the CJP. However, there has been no promises that has been made by them either that they will put an end to this protest. But here's what is making the other developments even more contentious, because the CJP's wish list came a day after Sonam Wangchuk publicly listed his demands, which incidentally are completely different from the demands that has been put forth by the CJP leaders. So the contrasting positions have now raised press questions over whether the protest has unified leadership and a common agenda, because what has been in a handwritten letter that has been kept forth by Sonam Wangchuk seems to be very different from what the CJP leaders or their representatives submitted to the Union Minister. Let's connect with Kritika on this. Kritika, as far as the assurance from the government that the issue would be raised in Parliament and there would be reforms in the education sector, that is something that has been demanded by Sonam Wangchuk. On the other hand, CJP leaders' demands are completely different.
Well, the protest started with the core demand for the resignation of Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan in the representation that Saurav Das, as well as the other founding member of the CJP, Rana, also went and met Union Minister JP Nadda. In their three list of demands as well. The first was for the immediate release of Sonam Wangchuk. Second was the resignation, the demand for the resignation of Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. So we can see that, in fact, the resignation demand is still, in fact, circulating. However, when it comes to Mr. Wangchuk, he has reiterated that he wants now the opposition leaders to in fact ensure him that these issues will be taken up in the parliament, and until and unless that happens, he will not be breaking his fast. Yesterday also there was a health bulletin from the Safdarjung hospital which stated that while his vitals are stable, his blood parameters are, they are a little dodgy. Sometimes they show on the brighter side, but there are deteriorations, because of which now oral rehydration therapy has also been in fact consented to by Mr. Wangchuk. However, he continues to say that he remains on fast and has asked for his release as well. Yesterday we saw that in fact, the leadership of the Cockroach Janata Party, whether it is Abhijit Dipke or Ashutosh Rana or Saurav Das, these people were not physically present for any form of march. There was no clear guideline, no in fact clear routes that were communicated to the protesters, because of which in fact all of them had taken it upon themselves to go about.
And that is when it became unruly and uncontrollable, because the pictures that came in when the violence actually started, the so-called representatives of this Cockroach Janata Party were nowhere to be seen on the ground. Now, let's in fact tell you exactly how the demand seems to be a mismatch as to what Sonam Wangchuk has been demanding. It's already been 23rd or 24th today that is being observed of his hunger strike. So this is what he had kept forth as far as his demands are concerned, and this is what the CJP representative submitted to Union Minister Nadda. Now, asking the government to accept the accountability. This is what the CJP is demanding, saying that, Sonam Wangchuk should be, no prohibition should be there on his movement, and he should be released as far as what they have been claiming to be under illegal detention. Then he says if the leadership of the CJP reaches to the doorstep of Parliament, where honorable MPs and the leaders of various parties ensure that they will take up the issue in the Parliament. And this is another side, they are, demanding the resignation and the sacking of the Education Minister, Dharmendra Pradhan. Then again, as far as the third demand by Sonam Wangchuk says that if my health or other factors do not permit this, then the honorable leaders and the MPs of different parties visit the hospital and give him the above assurance that as far as the reforms in the education sector is something what he's demanding. But here the demand comes for a 1 crore compensation for the NEET aspirants who committed suicide following the NEET 2026 paper leak. So said to be a team, one party, but however, when it comes to the differences as far as the demands are concerned, that seems to be varied, and that is now coming up as far as what has been the demands kept forth by Sonam Wangchuk, who they believe is the one who is spearheading the movement. But as far as the CJP on ground is concerned, many of them, including that of Abhijit Dipke, who had vowed that he will continue Sonam Wangchuk's hunger strike, in 48 hours, he also broke that. So let's, in the meantime, also talk about the situation that unfolded yesterday on the streets of the national capital. Of course, for several hours, even beyond, when the police did manage to clear the area. The stage, what is being said at Jantar Mantar, was also cleared, but beyond that, the protesters continued to camp. But there were several such elements who became part of this protest that turned this protest violent, that turned this protest aggressive. And then there was stone pelting, there was lathi charge, there was barricades that was being breached. And of course, when we speak of the pictures that have been coming in, injuries that have also been reported from both sides. We'll continue to get you more ground updates.